What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Next Win podcast with your host, Aunt Ma, co-host Justin Vaseur, and our special lender today who's got very great news for you, Mr. William Wynn. In the last episode, we were talking about will interest rates reach 8%, and also why are people buying homes now while rates are high. And so we have incredible news for you, and we're going to be talking about how we can get you a free refinance. Free, okay? How much does a refi usually cost on average, William?
On average, about $3,000 to $4,000.
And how are people going to get it for free?
Well, with me, the lender or my company has a program where we call it a 5-year pledge. So when you do a loan with us, within the 5 years, the rates drop, you refinance, we won't charge you anything.
There you go. So if you guys buy a home right now with William, okay, you buy a home with him.
Through him, financing.
Within 5 years, you can refinance for free. Okay. This is the real deal. This is an incredible unicorn deal because I've never heard of this in my entire life where you get a free refi. And what everyone's doing right now, everyone who's buying a home, which is a ton of people, okay, people are purchasing the homes because the prices are low, and they're going to refi in the next 1 or 2 years. Yeah. That's what everyone's doing because they have a 2-1 buy down program. That's what I do, where I can help you guys get that. Even during this hot market, I'm still able to get that. And so this is an incredible advantage that not all lenders have. Why do you think your lender can do that?
Because we're a big company.
Okay.
Right? Big company, and we want to take care of our clients. It's like, same thing as us, right? We want to make sure we take care of our borrowers, our buyers, so that we get repeat business. So the same thing.
Are they losing money, or is it hidden fees? Is it getting tacked on somewhere else?
No hidden fees. No hidden fees. It's just something that we're doing. So basically, if we do enough volume, we can cover the cost, right? So same thing.
Because is it like this? Now, I don't want to throw you under the bus, right? But we got to speak the truth and the facts here.
Of course.
So let's say the rates drop to 5%. Well, are you giving a refi at 5%, or are you giving it at 5.25, and that 0.25 is what's hidden?
To be honest, it could be that way, but then also we have some say on how we work that, basically.
Right.
Yeah. So like in pricing, this goes into more detail, but like there's a rate that doesn't cost you anything, right? Yeah. And the people that most buy houses, they know that. This is the rate that doesn't cost you anything. Points, they call it points, right? Yep. It's basically a percentage of how much it's going to cost you to get that rate. And then there's rates that will either you get a lower rates, you have to pay a certain amount of points, right? Or you want to get a higher rate, and we pay you money for taking the higher rate. Yeah. So it's a similar thing.
So whatever lender you guys are using or agent that you guys are using to buy your home, I always recommend this. Highly recommend it. Okay. When you get with your lender and he gives you rates, I always ask for 3 quotes. Give me 3 different rates. One that tells me it will cost me nothing. Give me one of the best rate, and you'll tell me how much it'll cost me to buy that rate. And give me a rate where you give me money back. So you have 3 scenarios of really helping you financially and seeing different types of monthly payments. So I really highly recommend that when you guys are dealing with other lenders. That's something I automatically do with all my clients.
Yeah, it's always good to look at your options, right? Sometimes it makes more sense to pay, depending on the loan, how much that loan is, right? A couple $1,000s to save you. If you're planning to stay in the house for a long time, it'll save you more money in the long run when you pay like $3,000 or $4,000, for example, right, to get that rate.
Yeah.
Right. Or sometimes if you don't plan to stay in that long, then it's not worth paying that because you won't make that money back, basically.
So Justin, as being a home shopper right now, what do you think about this free refi thing? Do you think that's just crazy, or they're like hiding something? What do you think about it?
No, I mean, as long as I know what the program exactly is, it sounds amazing to me.
Yeah.
See, the good thing is I'm a direct lender, so basically I'm not a broker. Right, I work for a direct lender, so we're highly regulated. So it's impossible for us to hide anything. We have to disclose everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always good to look on your numbers.
Yeah.
Make sure you calculate and make sure your loan officer explains everything to you.
Mm-hmm.
With the broker, it's a little bit easier, kind of put stuff anywhere. So
I just can't believe you guys do that. I've never heard of any company.
I didn't believe it either. So I had to double check. I triple checked. So it's there.
Right?
Yeah, it's there.
That's crazy. When do you think people are actually going to refinance People who have just bought a home in the last year.
We're hoping within a year or two.
But with rates jumping higher, do you think that's going to happen?
Right now it is. Well, the hope is that rates will kind of stabilize and come down in a year or two.
Here's my question, because rates keep climbing and it's almost at 8% right now. When it falls, is it a roller coaster of falling, or is it just like goes all the way straight down to 5%, like from 8 to 5?
It'll be gradual.
It has to be
It
gradual.
has to be gradual.
Why can't it
Unless
just-
something crazy happens, like we do World War III and like recession all at the same time, and
Well, I mean, even when COVID happened and all that stuff, end of the world, where we thought it was end of the world, we're in like the 4%, 3.75, 4%.
no, COVID helped
right?
a lot. Yeah.
And I'm talking about pre-COVID,
Oh, yeah,
like a
pre-COVID,
year or
yeah.
two before
Yeah,
COVID,
yeah.
where the 3.75 to 4%, and then when COVID hit, it went down to 2.5,
Yep.
right? 2.25. That's not drastic. That's only a 1% difference, maybe 2%.
Yeah. See,
But I'm talking about like 3 to 4%
at
difference
once,
now.
yeah, no.
Never,
It'll be
huh?
gradual. It'll be gradual,
So-
it'll be gradual.
So I think the crystal ball is changing a little bit. It's not 1 or 2 years. Maybe it's 2 to 3 years.
It could
now.
be.
But
No one has the answer.
I think you guys have the answer with your company. If you're saying free refi within 5 years, we know that within 5 years it'll get better.
It's just like a hedge, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. When you're a big enough company, you can kind of hedge against it, right? Like, okay, we're gonna take a
Yeah.
leap of faith, right? And if it doesn't happen, then we have the assets to cover it, basically.
How about HELOCs? Do you give free refis on HELOCs too, or is it just on purchasing a home?
No, HELOC is basically a cash out.
Can you refi a HELOC?
You can refi
Okay,
HELOCs,
but it's not a free refi.
Yeah, no.
I see.
HELOC it's a money product. It's like a credit product. So interest rates higher on a HELOC too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why William can do this now is because he kind of jumped ships. He now works for a new lending company
Yeah.
that's way better and for obvious reasons. Can you tell me what other things are better with this new lender that can help everybody?
Well, the previous lender I worked with was a smaller company.
Okay.
Right. And well, we went from a pretty good sized company to a small company. We wanted to experience we liked it because we were able to communicate with the higher ups and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but the processes weren't as good. Right. So we wanted a better transaction for our clients. Right. We want to make sure that when we need something done, it's quick. So when we move up to this bigger company, and they're pretty big and they're pretty good. And so far, so good because our processes, our loans are closing quickly. Any type of problem I have, they take care of it fast, and then they have all these programs, different programs to help our clients. Right, that's
Like
the most
what?
important thing. Like the 5 year, and we have in-house programs. For example, we have a jumbo loan I'm doing right now, a refi actually, to pay off a HELOC, which is like in the millions, right? And a lot of times you need 24 months of business statements for any investor. And if you know anything about jumbo loans, there are only a handful of investors. Like example, Chase Bank would be one of the investors, right? But they have their own like rules of how you can qualify for it.
Mm-hmm.
Our in-house ones, we instead of requiring 24 months, we can do 12 months. And it's for business owners, that can help a lot because in 2020, some people wrote off a lot,
Yeah.
right? So we take 2 years of taxes. That means you don't make as much than average. But
Mm.
we take that 2020 off, and you did well in 2021. That means we have more income to work with, and you can qualify for more. So like just different programs like that, just to kind
One thing that I noticed since you moved companies is that the other day, so I'm writing an offer for a client in LA, and it's really aggressive right now in LA. Right, we're talking about like 40 offers per property. They're now going 100K over asking, so we have to get as aggressive as possible. Obviously, not every person or home buyer has tons of money to throw out.
Yep.
And like wave appraisal, I'm putting 100K down or extra. Like nobody in the right mind can really do that, except if you're like this Chinese billionaire, right?
Mhm.
Which is very often in LA. So other ways to get these offers accepted is by giving better terms, right? If you can close fast, if you can waive things, and as an agent, I don't like to waive appraisal. I don't like to waive loan contingencies, but it's happening everywhere. And agents are doing that for their clients. I tell my clients, I don't want to do that for you. But what I can do is I can lower the appraisal contingencies, the days. So normally you have about 17 days for an appraisal contingency, also for a loan contingency, and you close escrow in 30 days.
Yep.
I hit up William in the middle of the night yesterday, and I was like, hey, dude, we got to put a really aggressive offer. Can we close this very fast? Like, I don't want to waive the appraisal, but how soon can we have the appraisal done? And I think, what did we do? 7 days?
7 days.
7-day appraisal contingency and a 10-day loan contingency.
14 days escrow.
Right? And I asked you, how soon can we close escrow?
14 days.
14 days. That's half the
And that's being
time of
conservative.
a normal escrow, right? Normally, people close escrow in 30 to 45 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this guy can close in 14 days.
That's the good thing about having a company with a lot of resources. Like, move quick.
Mm.
That's crazy. And so one of the reasons why I actually don't like to waive the appraisal contingencies is because, well, one, I know I can. I do enough research to tell people I know what the value is, even though I'm not an appraiser. I can look at all the comps and tell you this is what I think it's going to appraise at. Okay. And this is where I think if you want to waive appraisal, we can. Just don't offer more than that. Okay. But the reason why I tell people I don't want to do that is because there are stupid people out there. And what I'm talking about is you have to trust an appraiser. An appraiser could be Justin's first day as an appraiser and it's his first house. He has no idea what he's doing, right? And this guy can go to the house and be like marking everything. Yeah, I think it's worth this much. And then all of a sudden he's like, you see on the report, it's a 1-car garage that he valued. But the house has 2-car garage. He undervalued the home at $20,000 less. You know, mistakes like that happen sometimes. It's rare, but it does happen because there are stupid people that don't do their job correctly.
Yep.
And then if you try to get them to come back out and fix it, sometimes they don't fix it. And so that's why I say I'm not waiving any appraisal contingencies because I don't trust anybody. You have to go on your word on other people. And how can you trust that? You know, you might get a stupid guy like that.
That's scary.
It happens, right?
It does
all the
happen.
time. So that's why I don't waive things. That's all. I know this went really deep on the lending and agent side here, Justin. Do you have any questions as a home buyer and what this all kind of means to you? Or what did you learn from this?
It's a lot of information, actually, for me.
Not all lenders are the same.
Do you
Yeah.
do you understand it, or is it just too much?
Yeah, I think it's too much for me. I think I have to really sit down and like hone in on it.
Yeah.
To really understand it. Like all the appraisal stuff and all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to learn more about that.
You definitely have to be a second homeowner to really understand what we talked about.
Yeah, I have to go through the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as a first-time home buyer, you know, during these times when there's a lot of information, this is why I don't give all this out to my clients in the very beginning. I kind of walk you through the whole process. So as things happen, I'll let you know step by step and you'll go with the flow, you know. But if I tell you everything from the very beginning, oh man, you're stressed, you know, and I don't want that to happen. Like for you, you know, I don't want you to be stressed out while you're trying to find your beautiful home.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're in the middle of moving from like another house. Like that's rough, man.
Yeah.
So that's definitely why we walk you guys through this.
Yep.
And hold
Yeah.
hold a hand. Yeah.
Is there anything kind of like offer up where you just go on there and be like, yo, bro, I'll buy it for $100,000?
That's what bidding is.
That's what submitting an offer is.
Yeah?
Bidding offer.
Okay.
That's basically it.
And but it's not like you don't have to go through all these like weird things.
There's-
You just give the guy the money and then that's it. Boom.
Like,
No, like,
you mean like
You
sell by owner type of thing?
there's something weird that just happened a month ago when I went with a client. So we went to this house and they said that what you do is if you like this house and you want to submit an offer, go on our website and you're gonna bid. You're gonna bid on this home. The starting bid is $400,000, and you can see everybody who's bidding. Obviously, their names are crossed out, but you'll see every single bid because they're talking about transparency. And if you want to overbid and beat this person, you have the opportunity to do so. When I heard that, to me, it's kind of unfair. But you know,
Because like, what if they're bidding for themselves?
Exactly. It's like eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say for eBay, if it's your own listing, what do? You sometimes, if I'm selling this Pokemon card, I'm gonna put it up a couple
Or
$100.
tell your homie to do it. You know?
Or you tell your friends to do it, which I've done
Yeah.
a few times. Right? I told my homie bid on this for me, and so it brings it up, and I think it's stupid. I've never heard of that before. And so here's the craziest thing: they said if you win that bid on their website, now you're going to submit an offer formally and write down the offer and do all that stuff. And I'm like, what?
That's weird.
You guys are crazy, man. People in LA are getting crazier and crazier. The further I move away from LA, the more I think people are crazy.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about anything that the lender spoke about or me, the agent, spoke about, go ahead and ask away in the YouTube comments. Even on Spotify, they have comments where you can write stuff down. Make sure you guys subscribe to us on YouTube, as we have shorts every single day at noon. Every day. Okay. And so till next time, guys, we'll see you on the next podcast. Peace out.